Good morning, bastards, bastards, brothers of the so-called road. Here we are again on Sunday morning, thinking back to 2009. That's what I said, people. Thinking back to the year 2009, when the great flood hit Hiram, alias Hell, Georgia. Nobody knowed it was coming. We'd all got complacent. There'd been many a flood down in here. First flood got me and washed me slap out of here. I didn't know any better. I got out of my bus. The water got up almost to the floor in my bus, and I jumped out and got washed down and had to hang onto a tree in a lightning thunderstorm all goddamn night long. Next day I had to float my dog out in an inner tube with a tarp taped to it or tied to it, or it was actually a drop cloth. I didn't think she'd get in it, but she got in it, and we floated her right on out of there. After that I was more prepared. I figured out how long it took to flood, how deep the water got, and I could deal with it. But this one, this one was a whole different story. This sumbitch in 2009. I'll tell you what happened. It had rained for weeks, and the ground was saturated. There was nowhere for the water to run off to. And it looked like it was going to be okay. The sun had came out for a day. And it looked like it was going to be okay because the sun had came out for a fucking day. But then it started sprinkling. And then it went to drizzling. And then it went to pouring. Cats, dogs, coons, possums, crows, turtles, lizards, chickens, deers, frogs, drunks, everything. I mean, it went to pouring's all I'm trying to tell you. And it poured and 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 poured. And I finally went next door to check on Louise and Jerry, and they weren't concerned at all. They've never got their feet wet or anything in these floods. I was a little more concerned, but nobody seemed concerned over there. And Harry lived out here in my trailer out here, but had an emergency escape bridge. We built an emergency escape bridge from the side of the trailer over there to the driveway, the concrete, the safety. So he didn't have no problem. I went over there and asked him, I said, Harry, you think you might want to get out of here? And he, no. See, I was moving my truck. I moved my truck across the bridge because I didn't know, you know. And then when I was coming back, when I was walking back across that concrete steel bridge that we had that was 20 feet or whatever, it wasn't much, I noticed water running uphill, running up the bank toward me, and I never had seen water running up the hill. And it just kind of puzzled me. I was a little bit vexed by it, and it just looked funny. And I went back to Jerry and Louise's door, and I banged on the door, and I said, y'all gonna get out of here, you ain't gonna live no more. And I banged, and they come to the door, and they got pissed and said, get the hell out of here, you stupid whore. So I went out in my truck. I had my truck over across the bridge with the lights facing over here. I couldn't get back to my place, and Harry didn't get out of his place, and the water was running uphill. September 2009 in Hell, Georgia, and it kept getting worse and worse, and then it looked like they were in the middle of the ocean out there. I was sitting back in my truck, warm with the headlights on, drinking a beer. All of a sudden, I seen Louise and Jerry coming out of there. And they were moving a little fast. And they hit the bridge. They started moving a little bit faster and a little bit faster. And they didn't no more get across that bridge than that bridge sunk into the damn river as it was by now. They just barely didn't make it to the truck, and they had to crawl up in my Dodge Ram truck, and I felt so sorry for them, because it was kind of degrading to them. But anyway, you know, the bridge was washed down. It all went down. We called the fire department to try to get Harry out of the trailer. Harry couldn't get out of the goddamn trailer. He's too fat and lazy to get out, and he couldn't have got out anyway. But anyway, the fire department come down here, and they put a man on a rope and a damn life jacket, and they throwed him in the behind the garage, and the water just sucked him away. The water must have been running 70 miles an hour, and it just sucked him away, and they reeled him back in on that rope. And they said, no, we can't get him out of there, y'all. We got other people down the street that's drowning, and we'll be back. We'll be back in an hour. We got people that's really drowning down there, and we're gonna go save them people, and then we'll be right back in an hour. Well, we sat there 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Nobody ever did come back. Not that night anyway. We finally give up and went on and tried to get a room. I called an old girl I used to know. She wouldn't let us stay overnight. I don't understand, but that's how people are. They stab you in the back when they can. But anyway, we got a room. We all slept in one bed. They only had one room. We're all laying in the same bed together up there, and it's pretty awful. And then we finally woke up and came back over here, and the fire department was down here finally, and they had an airboat down here, and they got an airboat and drove it out there to my trailer, the Taj, my trailer, and they got that fat son of a bitch out of there and drove him over here. And that's about what went down. And then we didn't have no power and no water for nearly a year, because all that run through the bridge, that was all gone. So I lived in here in my little shack on a generator and a bong. Anyway, people, I was just remembering the flood of 2009. I want to thank the Brothers of the Road, 53, number 9, Brother of the Year, 66 Hell Ride. I can't think of everybody's number. C-Dell, all of you out there. Bell of the Road, I salute you. Anyway, this is Mr. Blue Roads on Sunday morning. I'm all fucked up. And all I can tell you is the same thing I always got to say to you, Brothers of the Road. Just keep a good thought. Don't get caught.